Hey, how's it going, you guys? It's petplatypus here. Time to review a couple episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho, episodes 93 and 94. So, starting with 93, we get the wrap-up of Yusuke, kind of Yusuke versus Sensui, and we get Sensui's death, and it's kind of set up for the next arc, I guess you could say, and then that's pretty much the entire episode. So, the fighting, it was cool. You know, Yusuke has his crazy transformation and the crazy hair and stuff. He looks fine. Nothing super crazy badass. Nothing stupid. Just a cool demon transformation. But he fucking wails on he fucking wails on Sensui, dude. Like the part there was a funny part. Like it was funny and dark as fuck, where he's like stomping on his stomach like a trampoline, and he's like coughing up blood and like gargling on it. That was like super dark. But just the way he was stomping on him looked kind of funny. But yeah, it's a royal beatdown. Yusuke just shreds him, and he goes for one last spirit gun, and it's not actually Yusuke. I correct myself. Someone took over Yusuke's body, most likely his ancestor who's still alive, and Yusuke comes to his senses right at the last second, but the spirit gun fires, and Sensui takes the hit, and you're thinking, oh, Sensui's done. If he's still alive after this, you've got to be kidding me. And he is, but he does die afterwards. He just gets smashed through like this massive wall of forest and shit. It was pretty epic. So yeah, kind of weird how Yusuke's hair went from like white to black and like wasn't as spiky when he gained control of himself again. It's not a big deal, it's just kind of weird, but they run over to him and he's there, and goddamn freaking green-haired gay dude, fucking annoying, he shows up. And basically, a bunch of stuff gets crammed in that didn't need to be crammed in. We get, oh, I planned Game Master to die at the moment so that fucking Koenma would show up and save him or whatever, so he'd use up power for the pacifier. I'm like, you didn't plan shit. Like, that sounded so pulled out of his ass. He did plan it out. Probably he did. I just think it's dumb. Like, he didn't need to plan that out. It was fine the way it was, but it's whatever. And apparently he saw something in Yusuke, the way Yusuke is part demon and part human. He like bridged the gap, and that's kind of what he wanted. He wanted to see the demon world and die there because he had a disease that we didn't need to know about because that's completely unnecessary. But yeah, and the way he dies, it seemed like they wanted you to like feel sorry for him. I didn't at all. He was still doing all the wrong things, even though he thought he was right. I mean, but it's kind of dumb because even fucking Seaman and Game Master, this little kid, and a dude who calls himself Seaman, enough said, these guys were smart enough to understand that not all humans are bad. They were able to learn it. They were able to see that Sensui was wronging them, and they were able to just be like, okay, yeah, well, fuck this. We're gonna join the good guy side. Well, I mean, Game Master didn't, but he's obviously not gonna be like an antagonist at this point. And, obviously, Seaman joined their side. And it's just so, like, they were able to figure out that humans were good, since we couldn't. That's so dumb to me. But whatever, since we was stuck with his ideals, he worked on it for years or whatever. Don't want him to just 180 like a goddamn Naruto villain and just be like, you know what? Your one-sentence speech has completely flipped my entire ideals. Like, none of that shit from Naruto. Fuck that noise. But, yeah, he dies. Then you have an annoying green-haired dude, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna take him and fucking do things to his body. And she didn't say that, but I mean, you think he's not gonna do things to Sensui's body? What planet are you on? Of course he is. He just has that creeper vibe to him, but he's like, oh, I'm gonna take Sensui's body, I'm not gonna let him be judged by your fucking hypocritical standards and blah blah blah. And I'm like, you're so wrong on so many levels, but you make yourself sound so right and pretentious, and you're annoying. Like, he's like, I'm not gonna let you take Sensui's body, you're gonna respect blah blah blah. If I was one of the characters, Yusuke or Koenma or whatever, I would have said, well, fuck you, I don't have to respect you at all, we're taking his body, and you can fucking suck a dick. Like, you have no fucking reason to have any say in this matter, you have no right in this situation. But they let him go through his weird little portal thing, and he's gone, and Sensui's dead. And Yusuke wants to find his ancestor, but they say, no, we can't, those dudes outside are going to close the portal, we gotta leave, and Yusuke's like, okay, yeah, let's go home. And that's pretty much where the episode ends. So I can see one more episode of wrap-up. Kind of just see what happens with Seaman and Game Master. This episode itself, though, very fast-paced for the first half with the fighting. A little bit slower towards the second half. Didn't really feel sorry for Sensui. Don't like green-haired dude. I felt like he had way too much dialogue in this episode. He's just really annoying to me. But yeah, and then Yusuke, the transformation, the power-up, it was fine. Looked cool or whatever. Definitely set up for another arc, him wanting to find this ancestor and everything, so I'm definitely excited to see what happens there. If there was no demon mode power-up, and Yusuke and him just kind of had more of an even fight, and there was no need for this demon power-up, you probably could have ended the series on Chapter Black. So hopefully this next arc is worth it. Hopefully this next arc is really good and adds, you know, really good closure to the series, because ending the series fighting a former spirit detective like that, kind of cliche, but it works, and it would have been a really good ending with the whole world at stake, and all the stories would have tied in. This is kind of coming out of nowhere. This is kind of like a tacked-on extra. The only thing that's leading into this arc is Yusuke wanting to find his ancestor, which I'm assuming that's what this arc's going to be about, this next one. So, feels a little bit tacked on, but hopefully it's good, and if it's good, then fine. If it's kind of bad, then you probably could have stopped at Chapter Black and not done all this demon stuff with Yusuke. Plus, him being a demon kind of diminishes all the moments where people were like, oh, you're really strong for a human, because he had fucking S-class demon power inside of him. But anyway, it's not going to go on too long. Something I said I was going to show you guys like 2 or 3 reviews ago, I'm going to show it to you in this next part. So yeah, let's talk about episode 94. Okay, you guys, so the last episode of Chapter Black. This episode was weird. What the... you weren't expecting me to say that, right? But, like, this episode, like, several moments in this episode, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, so, first of all, we get them leaving the cave, and Keiko is happy to see Yusuke or whatever, and they talk about a few things. And then the cops show up, and there's like this little intimidation thing with Yusuke, and then they leave to tell King Yema. And yeah, then it cuts over to, I believe it cuts over to Sniper and the Doctor, and I completely forgot the Doctor escaped. That was not necessary. Not his escape was unnecessary, but him talking to Sniper was unnecessary, because we got closure with these characters who, honestly, they're not even that relevant, and they're not even that deep, so there's no reason to even care about them, but we got closure with these characters a bit later in the episode with all the epilogues, so I really don't know why we needed a scene of them sitting in the forest, but whatever. And there's like this moment where the Doctor's like, since we tricked us and made us act different, bullshit, you were a psychopath, Doctor. Then, you know, Sniper's like, maybe that's just an excuse. And I was like, yes, thank you, bullshit. There's no way since we made you act like that. You were a psycho. But anyways, we cut over to a couple of the characters. We get Game Master, and for some fucking reason, we find out every character's blood type. I was like, birthday, age, blood type, name. I'm like, we need to know their blood type. Sure, okay, that's fine. And then what's-his-name's blood type is unknown. Freaking gay dude with the green hair, Sensui's fucking lover boy. I was like, what the fuck, no blood type for him? What the fuck? All the answers I needed to hear are not here now. What the hell? Like, you revealed nothing to me. No, like, sarcasm if you couldn't tell. It was pointless to say their blood types. It's not a big deal. I just found it really funny for some reason. But yeah, Game Master kind of meets some friends, and he's like, hey, these kids are actually kind of like me. I'm not that much of an outcast. Seaman is kind of in high school. Not kind of in high school, he is in high school, but he does like a pose for some reason. Like, that was kind of weird. I guess he was stretching. That looked kind of funny. But yeah, he's trying to get into some colleges or whatever. You know, he's kind of trying to make up for his grades. Kind of just doing his thing. I forget exactly what the narrator said about both of them, but I'm pretty sure they just said they returned to their normal lives. We get the Doctor. He changed his look and everything, and apparently he opened up like a new hospital type thing where he can like do, you know, miracles on people with his powers, I'm assuming, and save a lot of lives. So, you know, that's cool. I mean, he was a total psychopath, so it's kind of weird for him to 180 like that, but excuse me. And then we get Sniper. Okay, maybe I'm fucking retarded, okay? Maybe I'm as stupid can be. But who the fuck was Sniper talking to? Who was that chick who had like memory powers? Like she's from Hunter x Hunter, which Togashi reused that power, by the way, in Hunter x Hunter. But what the fuck? Like, who was she? Like, she had like the same voice, kind of, as Kuwabara's sister, but the hair was different, and she had powers. She had like look into the memory of an animal, and they have like this conversation. And I was lost. I was confused. I was like, who is this chick? Where did she come from? When was she ever mentioned? Like, that was weird. Like, that threw me off completely, but I don't know. Sniper kept doing his thing, whatever. Don't really care. Pointless, not pointless character, but character with, like, no depth. He lived, by the way. But you got stabbed through the chest, and you live, and you're just a normal human, but whatever. Not that surprising, considering Kuwabara. And, you know, well, Kuwabara has a lot of spirit power, but, you know, Togoro's stabbed to the chest. There was a lot of blood, and he lived, so not that big of a deal for Sniper to live, but yeah, then there's that wrap-up, and then we get wrap-up with the three of, what's-her-name's students, Genkai's students, you know, Kaito, Shadow Dude, and fucking other dude who could make himself look like people or whatever. And they're never going to use their powers again. And they never use their powers again, apparently. That's what the narrator says. So they're probably going to be irrelevant characters from now on. Whatever. They're only relevant for this arc. That happens in different series. Not a big deal. And Yusuke is at school, and he's pretty quiet, and he's ditching class, and he's kind of just fixated on the demon thing. He really wants to find this ancestor. He really wants to get answers and probably kick this dude's ass. Excuse me. So that's definitely the driving force for the next arc and the final arc of the series. It has to be the final arc of the series. I mean, if it's not the final arc, then the final arc is going to be, like, super tiny. Like, that would make no sense. So I'm assuming there's one more arc. And, yeah, it'll probably be cool, I hope. I don't know. Hopefully it's as... I don't know if it'll be as good as Chapter Black, but it would at least be nice for it to end on a high note and not be, like, a bad arc. That would be very unfortunate. But, yeah... confusing stuff in this episode, threw me off a few times. Blood types and this chick that Sniper was talking to. Like, I had to go back and look, like, that happened, right? Like, he talked to some chick? I didn't dream that? Like, that was so weird. It made it even more confusing that her voice was so similar to Kuwabara's sister. At least I thought it was. But, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good wrap-up episode. Good epilogues for most of the characters. Decent story progression, I suppose. But the arc's over, so yeah, I liked it a lot. I think it's the best arc in Yu Yu Hakusho, easily. It's got some problems, but I think it's still the best arc by far, followed by Dark Tournament. So, yeah, then probably Maze Castle, like with the 4 Saint Beast dudes. Probably that one after Dark Tournament, for me. But yeah, those are my favorite arcs, because whatever. And now, real quick, review might go on long, but I found these, because I saw the stuff that was happening with Sensui versus Yusuke, and I was like, wait a minute, this is really familiar. I think I've seen Yu Yu Hakusho, but where did I see it from? I have old-ass Shonen Jumps from 2008. They don't even make these in print anymore. And I was like, did I see it in these? And I did, actually. Well, let me get past fucking One Piece and fucking Bleach with its massive panels. Yeah, here we go. We got Yusuke versus Psycho Gun Dude when he took over Sensui's body. Or not took over, but where's that epic rapid punch that Yusuke delivered to his stomach? Well, there's the ground and pound that he hits him with. That was my thumbnail. But yeah, I was like, I could have sworn I saw some of this stuff. And where's that epic gut punch that I also used for my thumbnail? There it is. And Togashi's chicken scratch artwork that's shouldn't even be allowed to be publicized because it's so freaking cheap, but whatever. He can get away with it for some reason. He can go on break for 2.5 years and not get fired, but I don't know how Japan works. But yeah, and there's another one too. Let me see, this one's I think still from 2008, more Bleach on the cover. Let's see, where's it at? Let's see, where's... There's the scene where he puts the shoe to his face. Like, I was remembering these images. Like, I saw Yusuke hit him in the face with the shoe, and I was like, I've seen that before. Like, I've seen that in Yu Yu Hakusho, and I was like, where have I seen it? Because I never watched the anime, and I was like, okay, some old chapters in my book. So I thought that was kind of cool, show you guys that. Review might be kind of long, but I thought that was a cool little thing that I found in my old stuff from fucking back when I was a teenager, probably, yeah, about 2008, yeah, when I was like a teenager. So, yeah, without dragging the review on anymore, thought that was cool. Tell me what you guys think. I don't know, it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, that would be kind of fun to show those. So, thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of these episodes. Whoa, back up. I did not rate either episode, I don't think. Did I rate either episode? I do not think I did. Holy shit. Okay, 93, I'd probably give around a 7.5 to... No, probably like a 7.5, like a good episode of Yu Yu Hakusho. This episode, with all of its wrap-up and stuff, I'd go slightly above a 7.8, above good episode, but nothing like mind-blowing or incredible. Because I didn't rate them, right? Like, you can't tell me because I'm fucking pre-recording this, but I don't think I rated the episode, so okay. Now we can forward pedal again. Thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of these episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho in the comments below. Follow me on Instagram, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.